All right, so this is Countdown Part 2. I'm assuming you just watched Countdown Part 1, but if you still didn't get it, hopefully this will help. Okay, we know we need to have two loops. In the last video I explained how to get one of these lines. Now what we need is another loop, one that's going to make us create each line, and then one that's going to make us, go down to the next line, and then go down to the next line and down to the next line. So again, num is our input parameter. I'm going to use this example, right? We have this thought that num is going to start as 4. I'm going to use a two while loops, one inside the other one. So I'm going to use this outer while loop, and we'll kind of start out the same way as we did before. While num is greater than 0, okay? That's going to control, this one's actually going to control moving down, okay? And inside this while loop, I'm going to create my line variable, just like I did before. So I'm going to say line equals an empty string, and I'm going to create a second variable called temp. So TMP, I could name it whatever I want. I like to name it temp because this variable is going to become the variable that starts off at whatever num is. On the first line, num is or temp is equal to num, okay? And now instead of decreasing number by 1, I'm going to decrease temp by 1. So at the beginning, temp and num are always the same at the beginning of this loop. And then I'm going to put a while loop inside of it, and I say while temp is greater than 0, I'm going to add whatever temp is to the line. So line plus equals, remember we have to cast it as a string, TMP. Okay, this right here is the same thing we just did in the last video. Okay, now after I've concatenated onto line, I'm now going to take one away from temp. So we call that decrementing it. Kind of like incrementing, but incrementing goes up, decrement goes down. So we decrease temp by 1, and then this loop is going to go back up and go back up and go back up. And at the end of that loop, as soon as temp becomes 0, I know that I've finished the first line. Now I need to print it. Print line. Okay? Once I've printed line, now what I need to do is I need to take num, the variable from the beginning, and I need to decrement num. So I'm going to take one away from num. That's going to make num become 3. And so then it's going to go, does this whole thing, and then goes back up to the top. But now num's 3. So the first time through, I made 4, 3, 2, 1. The second time through, I took one away from num. Now it's going to be 3, 2, 1, right? And then I'm going to do it again. Take one away from num. Num becomes 2, 2, 1, 1, and we should be good. So that should be the function that you need to create this little countdown result, both horizontal and vertical. Hope it helps.